How about 3 free winning picks for Thursday? And yes, one of them will be in the NBA Finals, Game 1 between Oklahoma City and Indiana tonight. At least we hope they are winning picks, Mark Zinno. They were all winning picks yesterday, a 3-0 sweep. Note, I am not bringing out the broom because that broom is bad luck. We have deduced that. But yay to us. We were on the Colorado Rockies as our best bets, and they did break out the broom for their first sweep of the season. Turns out, yes, Miami can lose 3 in a row to Colorado.
Yeah, it was a good night, 2-1 overall. Thanks
for your clients.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm still pissed. I mean, Cade Povich, this experiment needs to stop with the Orioles. Like, this is, all of a sudden, I don't like guys who sucked at pitching and then learned how to pitch.
You don't. I noticed that about you. You
either suck or don't suck. Just don't be something mid.
A first impression goes a long way with you, because you form your belief on someone, and you don't come off that belief.
I don't know what to tell you. Just letting you know that all of a sudden Cade Povich learned how to pitch, and it's pissing me off. So
okay,
boy, and the Mariners can't hit at all.
There's a lot of teams.
We were talking about
that.
There's a dozen teams in Major League Baseball right now that can't hit at all. Like, it's so hard to bet on teams that can't score.
It is. I mean, there's 3 offenses that are significantly better than the rest of the league.
Yeah.
Cubs, Yankees,
Cubs, exactly. I mean, look at the Braves last night. The one run they got, they didn't even get it in. It was a walk.
I watched even get a hit last night. We don't care how you get on base.
We don't. Did you see what happened in that softball game with Texas Tech and Texas?
No. That's out of my repertoire.
Well, it just kind of interesting because it was like 2nd and 3rd, and I think they were down by a run, Texas was. And Texas Tech tried to intentionally walk a batter. And the chick left the ball too much in his zone on 3-0 count. Girl swung at it, got a base hit, and drove in both runs and won the game.
Oh, I'll be damned. There you go.
I'll be damned.
We
talk about everything on this show.
Yes,
we do.
Join the winning conversation, please.
Do you think last night? Shut up. Do you think last night, after we went 3-0, that today the books are sweating?
Are we done with that?
I personally think that we are number 1 all time. All of us. Look, what a great title to have. I'm number 1 all time. No, you're a douche.
Mark Zinno continuing to make friends in the sports betting community, everybody. Yes, but it was a 3-0 sweep here on the Morning Wager yesterday, including that best bet in Colorado. That was my only client play. You got that play for free here on the show. My other play was got rained out that I gave to my clients. Yeah. I'm actually going to be circling back to that game for my half of the double play here on this very program. But you are up first, as you always are.
As I am.
You like to speak, and you're talking about yet another team that struggles to hit. The Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
They are in Tampa Bay. I watched that game on Amazon Prime last night. It was a 5-3 final in favor of the Rays. But you think with Ryan Pepio, the Rays are a little overvalued.
This play is just stupid. Can I just tell you that? This is like Brian Power-esque.
Your play is stupid, is what you're saying.
Yes, my play is stupid, and it's very Brian Power-esque.
Well, I like it.
Yeah, I know you do. So the Texas Rangers.
Oh no!
Do you know their road record this year?
It's not good. I believe it's around their winning percentage around 35%.
9-20.
Okay, it's even worse now.
9-20. That's my God. The Rangers also are the lowest scoring team in baseball on the road this year. Is that correct? One of them.
I'll look it up.
Hold on. I had it right here.
They're in the discussion. They are part of the losing conversation, unlike this show.
They're 27th in road scoring. Sorry, 27th in road scoring, just 3.1 runs per game.
Oh yeah, Colorado's dead last.
Yes, Colorado's dead last.
Yes.
So yeah, we are taking a team right now that can't win on the road. They can't score on the road. Why? Because I don't believe Ryan Pepio, Kunu, call the front desk. Anyway, okay, Monster Man. There seems to be some pain behind those eyes. That's what happens after, I bet on the Mariners last night. Pain behind those eyes. Anyway, so Ryan Pepio is a heavier favorite than I would expect. Crazy part is this. Okay? I know the Texas Rangers can't hit, but Ryan Pepio is a starter right now that has given up 9 of his 10 home runs at home in that minor league ballpark called George Steinbrenner Field.
Spring training field.
Yes, spring training field. His last 3 home starts, he's been okay. He got touched up by Houston for 3 runs, but Phillies and Toronto, he held, at bay. I don't know. Again, with Texas being shut out in the first 2 games, not wanting to get swept, I don't think Pepio is the better starter here. And I'm going to cut this game in half simply because guess what? 1, the Rays have a good bullpen. And if Texas ain't scoring early, I know definitively they ain't scoring late. And I'm kind of just sitting here going, they're going to get to Pepio. They're going to get a couple of balls out of the yard. I'll take the half run on the first 5. And we will do it at a moderate price here with the Texas Rangers. So Texas Rangers plus a half run, first 5, my half of the double play.
We are going to cut that game in half right there. Texas Rangers is what the man says. First 5 getting half a run. Smash that like button if you agree with that play. I am going to, you said how I liked that play, and I do. I'm going to now talk about a play that I believe you disagree with, quite frankly. Am I correct in that assumption?
No, you're incorrect. You assume a lot of things about me that are incorrect.
Okay, I thought you told me yesterday that you...
Well, that was yesterday. Today is a new day.
Oh, something has happened while you slept. You have come to some sort of realization. Anyway, let's talk about Kansas City and St. Louis. They are playing a doubleheader on Thursday. I am going to talk about the first game.
Second time in a row, by the way, you are violating your doubleheader rule.
You know what? I thought about that, but you know what happened the last time?
You won. I know.
And that was with the second game. There's less variance when you're playing the first game. All right, here's the deal, guys. Originally, I gave out a play yesterday on the Royals, but it was rained out. Pitching matchup staying the same for the first game of today's doubleheader, so I'm sticking with it. Although, if you're a client, a subscriber, make note, initially it was a 4% play. I'm reducing it to a 3% play just because, all right, that there could be some goofiness involved when a game is rescheduled, albeit, not a major change. Nevertheless, here's why we like Kansas City as a slight underdog here in this first game, Mark Zinno. Miles Mikolas starting for St. Louis. I want to step in and fade him. Now, the team is 6-0 in his last 6 starts, so of course I want to step in and fade him right now. But let's take note. He allowed 4 runs his last time, and just 4 innings, and that was against Baltimore. Not exactly a murderer's row of a lineup. Now, Kansas City is yet another one of these teams that has trouble scoring. They are actually 3rd worst in all of baseball in runs per game, as a matter of fact. But first game of this series, you go back to Tuesday, they scored 10 runs here at Busch Stadium. Pretty impressive. And I've said this before here on the program. I'm not a believer in this Cardinals team long-term. They overachieved last year and still only got to 83 wins. They were outscored by 47 runs. That was not a better-than-average team. Coming into this season, I thought they were sub-500. While they're 6-0 in Mikolas' last 6 starts, they were 0-5 in his first 5 starts. So it's been real, dare I say, feast or famine with him on the mound this year, Zinno. And this afternoon, here's something that I thought was really interesting when you looked at Mikolas' year-to-date numbers. This is just the 3rd time St. Louis is favored with him on the mound. The previous 2 were against the Angels. They lost that game. And then the Pirates, who aren't a good team, and that was a win, but in extra innings. I think the Royals are definitely better than the Angels, definitely better than the Pirates. This is a team that can't afford to, fall behind in a wide-open AL playoff race. Noah Cameron is a lefty. I know the Cardinals are pretty good against lefties at home, Mark. However, how about this lefty, Cameron? 4 starts this season. He's gone into the 7th inning in all of them. Just 3 runs allowed in 25 2/3 innings pitched. The Royals have the better bullpen. I think they'll score enough runs. Kansas City, plus 110 on the money line is my half of the double play. They've also called up one of their top prospects to boost the offense.
Okay.
That's all you got?
I have nothing to add whatsoever.
Wow.
That was a very long breakdown.
There's a first thing. I did notice about a
very long breakdown.
I was getting a little.
Were you doing your best Adam Trigger impression?
I like Adam Trigger.
I like Adam Trigger too. Guy talks a lot.
That's what we're paid to do. This is after.
No, actually, we're not.
No,
for the record, we're not. No. We're not paid to talk.
Oh, well, this is a winning conversation, if you will.
But you keep going back to that because it's funny how when you want to take jabs at people, it's okay and it flows in. When I do it, you're like, oh God, oh no, oh God. Ah.
Because my jabs are more subtle.
Oh.
People don't know what I'm talking about. You, it's pretty direct, and
yeah,
we get in trouble with your jabs.
When have we gotten in trouble? Only I get in trouble for putting things in the Slack I'm not supposed to.
Yes, and I'd like to not be, associated with that, quite frankly.
No. Just go put on a Kango and call it a day, bro.
Stop it. All right. Anyway, here's where I want to go.
You may be number one all time.
Maybe I am. In the heart.
In my book, you are. In my book, you are number one all time. You're my number one all time friend.
Wow, that really means a lot, man.
Doesn't it, though?
It does. Wow, I'm swelling up with pride.
I talk to you more than any human being on this planet.
Tear in my eye right now. A tear in my eye.
Which is kind of pathetic.
Yes.
Considering like 3 years ago we didn't know each other, I talk to you more than any human being on this planet.
I must have really made a strong impression on you.
Yeah.
Or we work together and
that too.
Anyway,
what other employees talk to each other that much?
I don't know, but I'm going to make you dislike me a little bit here because that Kansas City play was one of 3 client selections that I have available right now at WT.buzz/BP. You got it for free. If you want the other 2, very simple. Again, you go to WT.buzz/BP, as I've mentioned a couple times already. Cashed Colorado, the Rockies yesterday. That was our only client release. 76% all sports runs, 19-6, up 44.5 units the last 12 days. And that does include a perfect 6-0 in the NBA playoffs. We'll be talking about game 1 of the NBA Finals. I have a best bet available in my all access package today. It was $5 on Tuesday. You can still get it today, along with another baseball play. See, 2 more plays you have besides the Royals available. Take advantage of our special offer.
You're done now? I was falling asleep.
You can talk now, and then we'll, once the people know everything the both of us have, we'll tell them about our special offer.
I'm not going to sit here and flatulate myself in front of everybody, but I will have, I think, 3 plays in the game tonight, 2 props in a regular play, and at least 1 play in Major League Baseball. So I'll have a 4-pack up. See how I did that without flatulating myself, without stroking myself in front of everybody?
Stroking myself. I was simply telling people what's going on.
I'm at a 70% NBA run, folks. I'm 7-3 in my last 10. It's 70%. Wow. Shot it from the rooftops.
I'm very proud of you for that run. Did I mention I was 6-0 my last 6?
Oh, Christ. God.
All right, everybody. If these are the kind of numbers that you want to be a part of, okay? Mark and I seeing it well, much like we were in the run-up to March Madness. What a time that was to be alive. And so many of you got on board for that.
What does that mean? What a time to be alive?
I don't know. I heard somebody say it once, and I wanted to say it. Anyway.
You often do that in the host chair. You hear people say things, and you regurgitate it out of totally different context.
Anyway.
Like Steve Merrill once said, so it keeps this content free. And you're like, okay, I'll just use that.
Are you done?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry.
Okay. 30 days of winning with Bryan Power and Mark Zinno. Your 2 morning wagers. Just $299. Every play that the 2 of us release, you can get for the next 30 days.
Woo!
It's less than, what is it? It's less than $8 a day for your 2 favorite people.
Guess who's pitching today? Bryan.
Woo!
That's why I kept doing that. I was hoping you were going to pick up on it, but you didn't.
Every NBA, I just picked up on it. I just did the Ric Flair. Every NBA Finals pick from Zinno and I. He just mentioned he has 3 plays. Zinno, a little thirsty on game 1, I see. Every Major League Baseball pick for the next 30 days. And yes, Mark, the Club World Cup, which you disparaged yesterday.
Oh, I can't wait for it.
All right. I know you can't wait for game 1 of the NBA Finals.
No, I can't.
And guess what? Tip-off is rapidly approaching. So let's give the people something to bet on tonight. Again, our best bets are available at WT.buzz/BP, WT.buzz/MZ. But here's one we'll give you for free. Tyrese Halliburton under 31.5
God, I'm getting
points,
so
rebounds,
excited.
And assists.
Oh, keep talking, baby. Just keep
talking.
A
lot of you will say, oh, you guys are being contrarian again, fading the hottest player in the NBA playoffs. Oh, contraire mon frere is what I will say.
Contraire mon frere. Look.
Let me say one thing, and then I'll kick it over to you. The Indiana Pacers have lost 4 times in this postseason.
You're going to say what I was going to say.
Yeah, in all 4 of those games.
You're such a jerk for that.
Halliburton has gone under this number.
Yeah.
So if you don't like Indiana, if you think Oklahoma City's the right side tonight, this is something you probably want to add to your card. Tyrese Halliburton under 31.5.
You know, when we talked about this prior to the show, I said, just tee me up and I'll do it. Just tee me up. Just tee me up. And you know what you did? You hit the ball off the tee. That was a real jerk move of you. Now I have nothing to contribute.
That was the only part of the handicap you had.
Well, I was going to, expound on it and make it like, more, exciting for people, but you kind of took it all. So there's no reason to.
Wow. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
I mean, you actually don't feel bad because you're kind of a jerk. But nonetheless, I will say this much.
Jerk store.
Yes. The jerk store called. They're running out of you. Jerk store's a line. Well, I had sex with your wife. His wife's in a coma. Speaking of which, we are going to open up a 1-900 morning wager line.
We should open. Now, what would that sound like? What would
Welcome to Morning Wager Phone. Using your touchstone keypad, please tell me the name of the team you'd like to bet on. You have selected the Boston Red Sox. If this is correct, press 1.
2.
You have selected the Texas Rangers. If this is correct, press 1.
2.
Why don't you just tell me the name of the team you'd like to bet on? All right, anyway.
There we go. All right.
All right, back
I'm
to
glad
Halliburton.
you got a chance to do that. Yes,
I know.
Let's get back to Halliburton.
That whole scene's going to be epic when we actually perform it for social media. Anyway, the 2 times that Halliburton even came close to this number, he landed on 31. It was game 3 against Milwaukee where they lost 117-101. And it was game 3 against the Knicks where they lost 106-100. Now,
just to clarify, you're talking about
Halliburton.
Yeah, the games they lost. When you say the 2 games he came close of the 4,
right? Of the 4 that he lost, right? Because we just don't believe that. We do not believe that Oklahoma City is going to lose a home game in this series. We just don't. There's not an empirical data point that you can hand out that goes they're going to lose a home game. But I will say this: the 2 games where he came close and landed on 31. The Pacers actually had a double-digit lead at one point in both of those games. They led by 12 over the Bucks in the second half, and they led by 20 over the Knicks, right? So, obviously, to build that lead, he had to have a big part in it. But the point simply is that there's no way Indiana is going to walk into Oklahoma City and win a basketball game. They're not going to win. Halliburton's going to be limited. Lou Dort. Can you say Dort? Lou Dort.
Is his name?
Yeah, that's his name. It's a very weird name, but it kind of it's good, but it's weird, because it like punches Dort, but it also sounds like an insult. You Dort. Anyway, so the point here is that Lou Dort's going to be guarding Halliburton, and that's going to be a problem because Dort can Dort people effectively.
Is that the technical part of this handicap?
I think it's the Dort. Yes.
Okay.
So
I'll add in one more thing here. Halliburton, in the 2 games against Oklahoma City during the regular season, he averaged just 11 points and 5.5 assists.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
So that would obviously, you add those 2 things up, it doesn't come close to 31. And rebounds, and here's the thing, right? For him to get over, he needs to be scoring, he needs to be distributing, and his teammates need to be cashing in. Oklahoma City, best defensive team in the league. And it's not like the rebound component of this, Mark, is something that would help out. Like, that's the weak part. That's the weak component of the 3, right? It's
right.
Not like if he's not scoring, if he's not assisting, he can make it up with the rebounds. That's not Halliburton right there. So under 31.5 points, rebounds, assists for Tyrese Halliburton tonight is our show best bet. Mark talked about no real empirical data points suggesting the Pacers will do well tonight or in the series. I went over a number of historical trends, as a matter of fact, on my appearance on WagerTalk Today yesterday with Andy Lang. I thought it was a good show. That they've clipped it. It's a video you can watch elsewhere here.
And make sure you watch the video, folks.
Please do. Click
Please
subscribe.
watch the
It does
video.
keep the content free.
And go to Bryan Power's TikTok account and watch it there.
It's not there.
Oh, sorry.
It's not there.
Not there.
That account is under construction.
So, sight yet unseen.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the Chinese had taken it or something.
I wish they kind of did shut it down. Anyway.
China, if you're listening, please take TikTok.
All right,
anyway,
well,
that's the show.
Let's do it.
All right, guys.
Big bets
like, comment,
tonight.
subscribe.
NBA 4%. He's got a 4%. We're just throwing things around all over the place. Anybody can take him. It's just holding the reservation.
Thank you for being a part of the winning conversation, everybody. Until next time, let's cash some tickets.